A very good morning to you all. So in this lecture we will be discussing about hyperconjugation. Now hyperconjugation, it was put forth by Baker and Nathan in 1935 as a result of certain observations concerning the inductive effect of alkyl groups attached to unsaturated systems such as double bond or benzene ring. It is also called as no bond resonance. Now it was observed that it is another kind of resonance or delocalization of electrons which takes place through the overlap of p orbital or pi orbital and sigma orbital of adjacent carbon-hydrogen bond. For example, let us consider this alkene CH double bond CH2 and any saturated group is attached to it like methyl group or any other group is attached to it. So this double bond is formed by the p orbital sideways overlap of unhybridized p orbital. So these are the pi orbitals which are involved in the formation of this double bond, and this CH bond is formed by the sigma orbital overlap. So this hyperconjugation takes place through the overlap of p orbital or pi orbital and sigma orbital of adjacent carbon-hydrogen bond. Now there is overlap between sigma orbital of carbon-hydrogen bond with p orbital of or the pi orbital of double bond. Now let us consider this example also. This is alkene and group is attached to it. This carbon is called as alpha carbon which is attached to doubly bonded carbon, and the hydrogen will be called as alpha hydrogen atom. So if we draw the resonating structure, these electrons will move on this side and this pi electrons will move on this side. So the structure will be H will have this positive charge. Now this does not mean that it does not has bond. There is no bond between carbon and hydrogen. This hydrogen carrying positive charge is strongly connected to the pi orbital cloud of this species. Now see, because these electrons have moved on this side, C double bond C, single bond CH2 negative. This is structure number 2. So from this structure we can see that hyperconjugation operates through alpha hydrogen atoms. So more the number of alpha hydrogen atom, more will be the hyperconjugative structures. Now, what are the applications of hyperconjugation? It helps to explain the reversed order of plus I effect of alkyl groups when attached to unsaturated system. Now, alkyl groups, here we can see that alkyl group when attached to unsaturated system, their plus I effect is reversed when attached to unsaturated system. Now normal plus I effect of alkyl group when it is attached to any saturated system is that tertiary alkyl group, for example this tertiary butyl group, it has more electron donating effect than this secondary alkyl group. For example this isopropyl, it has more electron donating effect than this primary alkyl group, for example this ethyl, which has more electron donating effect than this simple methyl group. But when these alkyl groups, this is the order of plus I effect when these alkyl groups are attached to any saturated system. But when these alkyl groups are attached to any unsaturated system, then the order of this plus I effect is reversed. Then the order will become methyl, जो कि जब saturated system के साथ attached था, इसका plus I effect was least. But when the same methyl is attached to unsaturated group, its plus I effect is maximum. So when these alkyl groups are attached to unsaturated system, order of plus I effect group is reversed. For example, methyl will have maximum plus I effect followed by primary alkyl group, that is ethyl group, followed by secondary alkyl group, that is isopropyl group, followed by tertiary alkyl group, that is tertiary butyl group. Now this was this observation was explained on the basis of hyperconjugation. How? We can draw the structures. Now when methyl group is attached to unsaturated system, this is our methyl group CH3, it is attached to unsaturated system. Now if we want to draw the hyperconjugative structure, these electrons will move on this side, this electron will move on this side, and we will get this hyperconjugative structure. So whenever any unsaturated system is present and methyl group or any other alkyl group is attached, you have to first observe the alpha carbon and alpha hydrogen atom. Now this is the first hyperconjugative structure. Likewise this hydrogen can also donate the electron to this bond, and these electrons will move on this side. So this is the second hyperconjugative structure. Likewise, this hydrogen can donate the electrons, so this is the third hyperconjugative structure. So we can see from this structure that methyl group, which is attached to unsaturated system, it has 3 hydrogen atoms. So there are 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, so 3 hyperconjugative structures are possible. Now this is the case of methyl group. Let us consider ethyl group, that is CH2 CH3. Now when ethyl group, this is CH3 CH2, this is our ethyl group. When it is attached to unsaturated system, how we can draw the hyperconjugative structure? Now this ethyl group, this is the alpha carbon atom, and here we can see that it has 2 alpha hydrogen atoms. So if we want to draw the hyperconjugative structures, these are the hyperconjugative structure. In one structure, these electrons will move here and these electrons will move here. This H will have the positive charge. Likewise, this hydrogen will lose the electrons to this side and these electrons will move here and this hydrogen will have the positive charge. So when ethyl group is attached to unsaturated system, this ethyl group has 2 alpha hydrogen atom. So we will get 2 hyperconjugative structures. So 2 alpha hydrogen atom, 2 hyperconjugative structures. Now when isopropyl group is attached to unsaturated system, then we can see this is our isopropyl group and it is attached to unsaturated system. So this isopropyl group has 1 alpha hydrogen atom. So these electrons will move on this side and we will get this structure. So hydrogen will have positive charge. So 1 alpha hydrogen atom and 1 hyperconjugative structure we will get. So let us consider the case of tertiary butyl group. When tertiary butyl group is attached to unsaturated system, this is our tertiary butyl group and this is attached to unsaturated system. Now this tertiary butyl group is attached to unsaturated system. We can see that this tertiary butyl group does not has any alpha hydrogen atom. This is alpha carbon and it does not has any alpha hydrogen. It is further connected to another carbon atoms. So no alpha hydrogen atom. So there is no hyperconjugative structures. So from these structures we can see that more the alpha hydrogen atom, more is the hyperconjugation. So in case of methyl group we have 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, so maximum hyperconjugation is observed when it has 3 alpha hydrogen atom, when this methyl group is attached to unsaturated system. When this methyl group is attached to saturated system, tab to iska plus I effect will be least, but when this methyl group is attached to unsaturated system, it will have 3 hyperconjugative structures, so maximum hyperconjugation is observed here. So its plus I effect will be reversed. In case of ethyl group, 2 alpha hydrogen atom, 2 hyperconjugative structures. In case of isopropyl group, 1 alpha hydrogen atom, so 1 hyperconjugative structure. In case of tertiary butyl group, there is no alpha hydrogen atom, so no hyperconjugative structure. So from the hyperconjugation we can see that the otherwise normal plus I effect of alkyl group when attached to saturated system, which is tertiary, has maximum alkyl plus I effect, then secondary, then primary, then simple methyl group. But when these alkyl groups are attached to unsaturated system, their plus I effect is reversed. This is because of hyperconjugation, which we have just observed in the structures which we have drawn in case of hyperconjugation. Now what are the applications of hyperconjugation? This concept of hyperconjugation is widely used in the study of organic chemistry, like it helps to explain the relative stability of alkenes. It also helps us to explain the relative stability of carb cations and free radicals. Thank you.